Hey, 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 all you happy lost souls. I just want to say thank you all. The channel finally crept into the monetization. So, a couple really important announcements. If you check the community tab out, you can check out some of my merchandise on the Happy Lost Souls merchandise store. And also, if you would like to join membership, it starts as low as $1.99 a month. It includes access to me, the creator, Ron. It also includes early videos, a series called Myth and Legends that you'll only have access to, a lot of other really cool things, and it would really support the channel and help it grow. So check that out if you would like to join membership. There's a few tiers. Again, check out the merchandise. I would wait to order it, although you can order already. I'm waiting on the actual merchandise samples to come through. I want to make sure the quality is good. Before people start buying it. So if you buy now, you're buying at your own risk. But go on there, check it out. There's a lot of cool cell phone cases featuring a lot of my personal art. There's blankets, there's hoodies, there's shirts, there's all kinds of cool stuff. So go check it out. And these products will be on limited run basis, and new products will be rotated in to keep things fresh. So anyways, this video is going to be about some of my blue color changing sapphire stones and a couple insane artifacts that we found made out of this light blue reddish sapphire that we call World on Fire sapphire. So down here are all different corundums in the blue family, and they don't look like much, but I want to show you what happens when you get light on them real quick. They can really start turning blue. You shift in light is shift in color, and with no light, and now the blues come out. And these are all forms of rough sapphire here in the blue family. And there's some that'll shift, and you can see the matrices that they're in. And sapphires will look different and appear different colors and different shades of light often. They refract light in two different directions. They usually have a helix or double helix complex matrix of crystallization when they grow. They form these pyramidal or bipyramidal structures, so two-sided pyramids. You can kind of see that going on in some of this down here. I'll show you some of the corundum now that is in good form here. And we got some smaller, beautiful color-changing stones with natural faceting. See this baby blue one here. And you really see the color shifts in these. Dark blue to purple. And the one I'm giving away is a lot like this heart-shaped blue sapphire, this light blue sapphire. There's all kinds over here too. This stuff would be almost considered clear, possibly green or light blue right here. And you can really see on this one anyway, the natural faceting. You see how it tries to keep that hexagonal barreled shape running all the way through the corundum. It's kind of got a shallow crystal-like draft. This type of material I actually call the ghost sapphire. I got another huge piece down here. I can get it all lit up by the light. You see all those lines running through this. If we get down on it, you see these lines? Shoot. Oops. Anyway. You can see all these lines running through here. It almost look like a black or a smoke. That is very common in sapphires, this gen banding. And these inclusions come, pure sapphire is clear, pure aluminum oxide, and generally what occurs is trace elements of ilmenite, trace elements of magnetite, and chromates, different metals, sulfurs. They can taint the formation. Hematite is a big one that causes a lot of sheening. But some of these are crazy because of the color shift. Like this has a star in the middle of it, this one down here. This is perfectly crescent shaped naturally. This dark purplish to light purple to dark blue color shifting crescent. You got a lot of this World's on Fire sapphire with the red streaking, light blues. You get matrices where the corundum is sprayed throughout the formation and it's kind of composite and not formed into one neat crystal. That's more ore. This stuff back here is insane. I saw a couple samples of this type of stone in Germany, but really it's a complex of sapphire or corundum, but it looks like what happened is down all those divots, calcium and gold got stuck in there. I'm not really sure. I love this piece here because you can see the corundum formation, but you can also see how the schist, how the sapphire is popping out of the schist. You see this big piece growing on the top, this color shifting piece right here, similar to this color down here. A giant massive piece of blue back here. Another piece very similar. You see the boxy structures that corundum form. Sometimes real rough sapphire will form these like step shapes going up the stone like this kind of. Beautiful stuff. This one's absolutely gorgeous because it's got that bipyramidic shape still. You see the whole diamond shape. It's trying to form a second diamond or, you know, or a two-sided pyramid. They're always bifacially split, this pyramidic growth formation. And this light blue stuff is just crazy. I mean, look at it. Look at this stuff light up. It's just nuts. Try to get it up here a little bit. I mean, that's just gorgeous. And the lighter the blue the sapphire is, the higher the value. You know, none of this has been heat treated. It's all natural right out of the ground. Here's one of my prized pieces. I saw a piece similar to this big, huge chunk of blue sheen sapphire that is in its matrices still. And this is what I mean by that. Step back a little bit, you see the actual corundum formation going up and around, trying to keep that hexagonal formation, and we flip it around back. We see that it's two corundums literally fused together, a barrel or bar-shaped corundum with a giant complex of, or the giant piece that is in its hexagonal shape up front. We flip this around, you see how flat the base is and that formation of corundum. I saw a piece half this size selling for about $130,000. This piece is absolutely insane. This is unpolished. It's gold sheen sapphire. It's been exposed to hematite during its formation. It's given this yellow blotchiness. But this is just insane, this piece. I have another piece in matrix back here. You can see these barrel formations splitting from one another, coming out of the schist and the metamorphic rock. And now here's probably one of the highlights. The same cache near where I found this greenish obsidian, ancient, almost Neanderthal style percussion knife. You see the edging there, the razor sharp edge. You see how these finger notches were banged out. This is an ancient Neanderthal or Denisovan, or possibly, I don't think it's Solutrean, because I mean this matches the style of Neanderthal, non-composite. This would have been sharper than a razor blade, and it would have been the Neanderthal's equivalent to a scalpel or razor blade or super sharp knife for preparing and cutting hides. At this location where this was found, a hand axe that looked very similar to this out of the same material was found. Also two massive spearheads, one in fulsome design and the other in this weird harpoon shape that I've only ever seen in ancient Egypt. Somehow they were found in Pennsylvania. Now these layers are under the burn layer of the Younger Dryas. So you're probably looking at ancient 60,000 years ago, I'm going to put it at least. And within this site, when I found these ancient tools, there were bones fossilized, and they have those as well, so it might have been an ancient kill site of some sort. But a beautiful tool right there. And I'll show you the two sapphire tools now. So the two sapphire tools are made out of this World's on Fire sapphire right here. And these are both hand axes, and I'll show you why. So let me pick one up here real quick and put the light down. I have a headlamp on too to try to reduce the shadows, but it's not really working well. You can see this right here. It tries to keep its natural corundum shape. If we swing around back here, we can kind of attempt to see that. Well, what they did is, you see this big core that they struck out right here, making a shallow dip. Now look at what it did to this edge here. Look at this cutting edge. Look at it. And then you got another cutting edge on this side. Look at this one. And if I really zoom in on it, you can see that it's been sharpened along this edge. Look at that. You see that curve, sharpening edge? Now the rock forms that way, but what they did is they pressure flaked and chipped out and possibly even sanded down this area along this edge to create this concave blade. And I could really tell by back here, you see this weird black crust that's kind of on the stone right here? That is called artifact pitch. That is literally from the oils and the pitch on somebody's hand from where they were holding this and literally swinging it into wood. This is like an ancient, hand axe for chopping into bone, for chopping into wood. And they're non-composite and they're cored just like Neanderthal tools. You can see the core right there, but this stuff very hard. It's corundum. I mean, it's more durable than diamonds, and second most hard material on earth, only to diamond. But you can see that blade right there, that edge, this beautiful hand axe. And then this one really confirmed it. Another beautiful cutting edge all the way around. But look at all the artifact patina on here. Look at all the pitch. Look at it all, that black stuff. That's all from somebody's hand holding this over time and swinging it and breaking things and cutting them. These were tools. Just absolutely crazy to see that edge work. I mean, because this stone is so hard and it can be lumpy and it has all these kinds of divots when it's rough, over time what happens is a lot of times in sapphire you'll see these white lines or creases running in between all the inclusions or the cleavage of the crystal. What that is calcite, because as this sits in the water, the sapphire being so hard doesn't really get polished down as the creek flows through it. But the creek is carrying calcite along with it and other minerals that get laid down and deposited into these cracks. You see it a lot in blue sapphire. You can see the calcite in between all the different formations and complexes of the blue sapphire. But really, I just wanted to show you guys how much this stuff color shifts. And that's one of its main properties, that it can do this from different light and different angle. Now, this is just some of my blue stuff. I literally have tons of other colors, and I have a lot more blue. I just wanted to show you some of the color changing stuff and just show you how beautiful and light blue and gorgeous some of this stuff is. And even here, you can see on a lot of rough sapphires you get this. This is a prime example. You see these little holes? It's called pitting. They're inclusions and they can run deep. A lot of your stone cutters will fill these in often with like leaded glass and things like that. But still you can see the different angles, that bimidic pyramid on the end right there where it's faceted. And of course all this reads at least almost 9 or higher on the hardness scale. So it's all beautiful sapphire and corundum. And I just wanted to share some of these cool sapphire artifacts that we found. That's just a few of them. I've showed you the yellow saw and a bunch of other smaller tools, but I wanted to show you these primitive ancient hand axes. And really the telltale sign is how they're cored, how they're edge worked, and of course there's tons of pitch, or what we call in the artifact world patina. Depending on how that mineralized, there's a possibility you could scrape some of that off and maybe do some carbon dating if there's any organic materials preserved into that. But anyways, some of these are just very cool. They're still in their faceted shapes. You get gem banding a lot. Like that's a gem band right there. If let me put this on its side. You can see that this is like a yellow sapphire with a blue band running through it. The sapphire forms in sheets, thin sheets or layers, so you'll see like tic-tac-toe type grid patterns within the matrix. And this is what actually helps shift the different lights, because say like a rainbow or a light has the colors of the rainbow in it. Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. What ends up happening is, due to whatever metals were deposited within the aluminum oxide or sapphire, giving it different colors, it only allows, these chemical properties only allow certain spectrums of light to be reflected back. So while the sapphire lets, you know, red and orange pass through and yellow pass through, it's not letting blue, it's shining that back at us. And that's kind of how they get their color. So if you're ever filing or sanding the sapphire with a Dremel, you should only see white powder. That's the only color powder that should come off of aluminum oxide. If you start cutting one of these and you see all kinds of other colors like brown or red, dust or anything like that, and it's most likely not a corundum, or it has tons of impurities in it. Because whenever I cut aluminum oxide, I only get pure white powder, as you can see down in here from it. That powder can be saved. It's a great abrasive material. You can put it into a rock tumbler. You can do a lot of things with it, but it helps repolish, because you can always polish the same stone with the same hardness stone. That is proven. But anyways, if you haven't, please subscribe. Please follow. Again, go to the community tab on my page. Check out the Happy Lost Soul store. I'm going to put up a video in about a week when my product runs come in, and I can show you guys samples of them. If you're really brave, you can buy some product early, but I don't know what it looks like yet because I haven't even seen the samples of my own merchandise. They're all created using my artwork and NFTs. Some of the stuff's wild, trippy. It's kind of my personality a bit, but anyways, just wanted to share this with you. These are all found in southeastern Pennsylvania along tributaries that eventually empty out into the Delaware. Found in metamorphic upticks. The place you're going to find gemstones, whether they're all kinds of garnets or sapphires or corundums or rubies, is places with metamorphic activity. Schists and shales and gneisses and different things that are being cooked that were once plastic and molten that came to the surface. It's these processes and materials being in the same area that can create these gemstones. But I fortunately live next to a very, very highly active fault. Runs through Huntington Valley. The stuff's literally everywhere. I mean, I have a whole room full of this stuff. I'm not joking. I have tons of rubies, red, tons of yellow. We have two-tones, Pad Paradasha, gold sheen, Zwadi. I actually personally discovered gold sheen Zwadi before they even announced finding it in Africa. I just had no idea what it was for 3 years. It was so obscure looking. People I took it to couldn't even really figure it out. So it's very, very neat stuff. And all this is tied to the ancient group of people, you know, could have been as far back as 60, 70,000 years ago working with this stuff as a material for their tools and all that stuff. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. Peace, love, empathy. Please subscribe. Become a member. There are paid memberships available. You'll get content early. You'll get one-on-one. You get social media access. There'll be series on there not available to non-paid members. So if you want to support the channel and you can afford $1.99 a month, it would go a long, long way. But if you can't, no biggie. I understand the economy. I just want you to watch, have fun, post, comment, share, and get out there and discover the stuff that's right around you. You might be sitting on a gold mine or a sapphire one. But anyways, take care. Love y'all. Peace.